All right. Question number one, it talks of a generator. It's a useful device that can be used to provide an alternative source of energy, source of electricity during a power outage. Shown below is a picture of a generator with different payment options. So we have cash. Two is hire purchase, and three is credit. You can buy it on credit together. Then we go give two payment options for this generator. We said we have cash. You can also call hire purchase. So define the term hire purchase. Hire purchase, when you look at it, one pays a deposit. So hire purchase has a deposit and the remaining money is paid in installments. The remaining money is paid in installments. Right. Then we shall say hire purchase one pays a deposit and pays the remaining amount. In installments. Pays the remaining amount in installments. Rather than the interest rate, if the generator was bought at higher purchase, we go back to our table here. The interest rate is this one here. Interest rate. So we need to write this value here. So we shall write it, and it's rather the interest rate, it's the same as 14.75%, or some, even though one wrote this to be okay. Okay, the total cost that the generator will be sell. Let's come here. Here we go. We have this much, and we say installment. It's 1,006 rands per month for 12 months. This includes already interest. So we shall say 1,006 times 12, which gives you 12,072 rands. All right, here they're telling us this one. They're telling us a 12%, 12.5% discount is given on the cash price. Look at the amount of discount given if the generator is purchased for cash. We come back here, we show it for cash. Cash is 10,999. So we shall come back down here. We shall say 12.5 over 100 times 12.5 over 100 times 10,999. Check out and you see the answer there, which is 1,374 rands 88 cents. That's the money one will get. Name the type of interest charged on hire purchase. When you remember very well, hire purchase interest is simple interest. 1.1.2, it asks us arrange in ascending order the percentage change in price. Ascending, I want you to remember ascending. This is when we start with from smallest value and we go up to the biggest value. This is when we have when we start with the smallest value to the biggest value. All right, this is the percentage change. This is where we are. So what's the smallest value? This is the smallest value, followed by this, followed by that, followed by this, followed by, this is 10 comma, we have 10 comma, then followed by this, followed by that. At last we have this much. So if you write it in descent, don't forget, put the signs there. Have negative 17,4, followed by negative 6,7, followed by negative 1,1. We have a 10. We have 42,7. Then we have 90,1. And at last we have 122,2. That's the ascending order. Identify the third most expensive item in 2022. So 2022 is this. We identify the third most expensive item. So we start, which one is the most expensive? It's this one here. Followed by that one. Followed by this. We only need 3 of them. So with the third, it's the sport. The sports skirt. Remember, the reason why I'm writing this is because they say identify the third most expensive item. They didn't say price. So you can't put the price there. All right, let's say calculate the difference in prices of a cap bought in 2022 compared to 2021. The moment you hear difference, what comes in your head, it has to be subtraction. You will need to subtract. So we get the values in 2022 minus the values in 2021. So this will be, we are looking at the difference of the cap bought. So here, this is the cap that we are looking at. So we shall take this value here minus this. And the answer you have it as 81 rand 50 cent. Here we go. Determine the total cost for a school sport uniform in 2021. That means we're going to add all these prices here. Sport school uniform 2021. So let's start. We start with 269. 269.70 cents plus, sorry, 200 267.92 cents. 267.92 cents plus 214 rands 70 cents 17 plus 248 rands 70 cents plus 260 7. Or 67 plus 87 rand 75 cents. We have 48 rand 58 cents and 89.95 cents. And when you add everything up, the answer is 1,224.85 cents. Okay, they tell us to give one other item not listed in the hockey table that John's daughter might need in order to play for the school team. One, we have what we call the helmet. You can say that. Then they never talked of the famous tool there, which is the hockey stick. They never mentioned of the disc they play with. They never mentioned of the shinigans. We call them the shins. The shins. You might talk of the mouth guard. They said one. I'm giving you an option. Mouth guard. I'm giving you options. Mouth guard. They never talked of the gloves. Gloves can also be used. Any of this, it's fine. You'll get your mark. 1.3, it talks of the line graph below shows the official and expanded unemployment rates for 2021 for all provinces in South Africa. The expanded unemployment rate includes the statistics of unemployed persons not looking for employment or trying to become self-employed. The total labor force includes all those who are employable, including the unemployed. All right, there we go. Right now, the province with the highest expanded unemployment rate, the highest expanded. Look at that. We have expanded is this one. We go through all these numbers and we find out it's this number here. So which province is it? It's the EC, which is the Eastern Cape. Then, which province has the smallest province with the smallest difference between the official unemployment rate and the expanded unemployment rate? When you just I'm here looking at this graph here, you follow. You see, there's a gap here. There's a gap. It expands a bit. It keeps on expanding. This is too much. You look at that. Then we have this. Then we have this also. So the gaps in between. So definitely this is the one with the lowest. Either. So the province here is going to be the Western Cape. The Western Cape. Either. Determine the province. Determine which province represents the model official unemployment rate. We come here, remember model simply meaning the number repeating itself. Here we don't have any numbers that repeat themselves. It could have been these two here, but one is 4 and the other is 7. So we end up saying none. The total labor force for Free State is this much in 2021. Calculate the number of officially unemployed people in Free State. So, officially unemployed. We shall come here, official. Look for Free State. This much percentage, 35.6%. So you come down here, 35.6% times 918,000. And you'll end up having 326,800. And these are the people. All right. Let's look at question number 2, which talks of the roadside tours and travel agents made a booking at a guest house for 36 work colleagues to attend a conference in Uppington. The guest house offers rooms with 2 beds and 4 beds for accommodation. The next year shows an invoice that roadside tours and agents received from the guest house. The total amount for accommodation and meals were paid for in advance. All right, let's write down here. Write down the address of the guest house. We need to go to the addendum. So the address is this one here. The address will be this one. So we go back here and write. The address is 125 Boys Street. 125 Boys Street, Uppington. Then the accommodation cost includes 15% VAT. Determine excluding VAT the price of a person a night in a 2-bedroom. So we come back to we are here now. These are 2 nights, but per person, everyone pays how much? 900. This is a price per person per night. So this is the money that we're going to take. Let's go there and we see it's 900, but we need to exclude VAT. So if we are excluding, we divide by 1,15. The answer becomes 782 rands 61 cents. Another method you would have used, it would be 900 times 100 over 115. Still get the same answer. Would still be right. Look at the missing value of say. The total for 4-bedroom. So all we are going to do, let's go to the next year. and we shall analyze. Look at this. We already have the total. So simply meaning when you add all these values here, it should give you 75,040 rands. So what's the value of C? So the value of C value the value of C will equal to 75,040 rands minus the total of all this is 28,800 plus 5,760 plus the 64, sorry, the 6,408, and the value of C became 34,000. That's a value of C to max. All right. So the value of C determine in simplified form, the number of guests booked in two bedrooms to the number of guests booked in 4 bedrooms. We do not know these numbers. But we know the cost. So what are we going to do? We shall go to the next year and we find out. Let's go to the next year. We find out. The next year says 2 nights, 900 per person, and they paid this much. So how many guests were here? So all we need to do, we shall say in the two bedroom, they paid 28,800. So we need to know how many people were there. So we shall need to divide by, remember there are 2 nights. If they paid this for 2 nights and each person is paying 2 times 900, how many people are there? We need to divide. So 20. So these were 16 people. So in the 2 bedroom, we have 16 people. Remember, there were 36. So if in 2 bedroom we have 16, what about in the 4 bedroom? So we shall say it's also, remember we said it's that much divided by how much is a 4 bedroom? Per night, it's 850. But people are going to spend there. 2 nights. So we need to find out how much. So we shall say 2 times 85. Do that for me. They are 20. So in 4 bedroom, we have 20 people. So what is the ratio? So here, what's the number that can reduce this by 4? Remain with 4. By 4, you remain with 5. That's how we do it. So the ratio there was supposed to be 4 is to 5. 4 is to 5. 4 is to 5. I repeat, we shall get how many people stayed in the 2-bedroom. Remember, the 2-bedroom people paid 28,800, but each person is paying 900 one night. So they're going to stay there for 2 nights. That simply means they're going to spend 1,800. So how many people are they? It gives us 16. So having got 16, yet they booked for 36 people. So if you subtract 36 minus 16, you get 20. That means in the 4-bedroom, there are 20 people together. So that means we need to do 16 is to 20. Where is the 20 coming from? These are the number of people in the 4-bedroom. How did we get them? We first got the one in the 2-bedroom, and the remaining have to be in the, because they booked 2 types, two, two, two bedrooms and the 4 bedrooms. So those are the types. This simply means each room, these rooms had 2 beds, whereas these ones had 4 beds. Okay, so we need the simplest. So we divide it through by 4. We get 4. The same number divided by 4, you get 5. That's how we got our ratio. That's how we got our ratio. Then they say two work colleagues who booked 2 beds was cancelled as follows. One cancelled at 11, while the other cancelled at 3. While the other cancelled at 3. So we are going to calculate this according to the conditions on the next chapter. Their meal cost will be fully refunded, while accommodation costs will be refunded according to the conditions on the cancellation stated in the annexure. The tour operator stated that the refund would be less than 2,500. All right, let's check and see the annexure. Now, there are 2 people who were in this category here. So first and foremost, we're going to remove their food. So if you have to remove their food, 2 people, lunch. So 2 people, so we shall say 80 times 2. 80 times 2, which is 160. That's for lunch together. Then dinner, we shall also do the same, which is 90 times what? 2. We need to remove that. 1,800. But remember, they were going to stay there for 2 nights. 2 nights. So again, we need to multiply this by 2. We need to multiply this by 2. So we come here and we say 160 times 2, which is 320, plus 180, which is what? 360. We put it aside as 600 and what? 8. This is for meals. All right. Now let's tackle accommodation. So for meals, we see it's this much. So accommodation says 25% of the accommodation cost if the booking is cancelled before in time on check-in date. So the check-in date was, the check-in arrival time was 2. So one person cancelled before this, and they would be departing tomorrow. After their excursion, they will depart at 10. That day when they will be departing. So we shall look at this and we say 25% of the accommodation, which is 900. 0% of accommodation cost if the booking is cancelled before the cancellation will attract the following charges. which will automatically be debited to the tour operator's account. So here they need 25% of that money, which is 200. So this is for the 2 nights. Which is 450. There's the other one cancelled out at 3, the time after. So times 900. So we added up the money for accommodation, which is 1,800. We added the money for the meals. This is what we get. This is what we get. So the claim says it will be less than, indeed, because we've got the money as. So this is less than. So the statement is correct. The statement is correct. 2.2. Someone has a business of refurbishing cars and they sell them. They buy accident cars, they panel beat them, and they sell them. Here they're asking you, calculate the total cost for buying and refurbishing the accident damaged car. They say showed below are different costs incurred to refurbish the accident damaged car. The model Renault bought, they bought it at what? 50,000. So you come down here, right? 50,000 plus these costs for refurbishing. When you add all this, add all this money, you have 76,132 rands, 50 cents. $76,132, 50 cents. All right, that's what we do. Nelly normally sells the refurbished cars at 65% of the cost of a brand new similar model. The cost of a brand new similar model car is 145,900. Nelly says that he'll make a profit of more than 20,000 when he sells the refurbished car. Verify showing all calculations. Now remember, we are looking for profit. What comes in your head, we are looking for profit. So if you're to look for profit, what has to come in your head? You look for income minus the expense. How much have I spent? So the income, they said the income will be 65% of the 65% of the car, the new price. So we shall look for the 65. But here we are looking for income. So income will equal to 65% times 100. So the income here is income is 94,835. So the expense or the cost you said is 76,120, 132.50. So we are going to subtract the two. Subtract the two values. So the value that they get is 18,000. So say more than. So the statement becomes what? Invalid. It's not more than 20,000. It's not more than 20,000. Look for the income. This is the income. The cost, we already got it here. When you subtract the two, you don't get 20. This is the profit. Yes, it makes a profit, but it's not 20,000. They tell us Nelly invests 15,000 of his total profit in the bank, which offers him the following interest rates. The first interest rate is 6.25% interest rate compounded annually for the first year, and an interest rate of 6.95% compounded annually for the second year. Okay, the total interest Nelly has. What I'm going to do, I will look for the interest at the end of the first year, which will be first year, because it's like inflation, it's going to because it's compounded. It means the money is going to increase by. So first year I would say 100% plus 6.25% over 100. This I'm doing this because I'm increasing. This is compound interest. So times the money. The moment I use this, the final, this is the answer I get. This will be the money the person will have at the end of. So the person at the end of first year, it's 15,937 rands 50 cents. Then the second year. Second year is going to change a little bit, but still it's 100 plus. Now the second year is charged at this much, but still over 100 times the money from the previous. This one here comes over here. So second year, the person gets this much. But this is not the answer. We are looking for the interest, total interest. So the total interest here will be the final money minus the money that was invested, which is 2,045 rands 16 cents. Another option would be, you would say, first year, you look for the interest times 15,000 plus 15,000. 6.2, which is So this is the money at the end of the first year. Then second year, the person now takes 6.95 over 100 times the money which was there in the first year plus. So we go on and we say so this is the money for year one, year two. But we're not interested in the money, we are interested in the interest. So the interest will be this value here plus this value here. So what you're going to do, so interest will be 937.5 plus 1107.66. When you add that, get your answers 2045 rand 16. And when you see that, you still see you get the same marks. You will have your full marks if you get your final answer. All right. Question number 3. Question number 3. Question number 3, it says we are going to use an annexure. Number 3 wants us to use an annexure. Write down the total number of semi-skilled workers employed by MK during August 2020. Go to the annexure there. This is the annexure. I want you to see it clearly. We are looking at semi-skilled employed in 2020. So when you come here we have the total. Yeah. Then also here staff with disabled. All employees including staff with disabled. So here we also have semi-skilled. So our answer becomes 537 plus 4, which became 541. Determine the difference in the total number of employees from 2019 to August 2020. So this one also, we want to know we shall say, we shall take this is 2020 plus this is 2020, 2019 plus this, then we subtract the 2, which will be 2163 plus 34 minus 2828 plus 64. which is 677. There was a decrease. Determine the number of staff with disabled employment in 2020 as a percentage of employees. You will see that there are 34 over the total, which is plus 34 times 100. Multiply by 100 because you're looking for percentage. One comma 5%. Go to the next year. So we have the lower quartile, which will always be Q1, 25% of the data. We have the 75th percentile, which is the upper quartile, Q3, 75% of the data. We have the median, which is Q2, which is 50% of the data. So for lower quartile of lower quartile of 2022, we shall come here, this is 2022, lower quartile will be this one here, Q1, and we see it's after 20, and we are saying it's 21. We go to the upper quartile of 2019, upper quartile of 2019, upper quartile of 2000, it will be this one here. So it's close to 30, probably it's 29. It's not straight, maybe 29. Then the median of 2021, the median of this is 2021, median is this middle line here. You see it, probably it's 32 or 31. So this will be 32 or 31. Give two reasons why it would be better said that unemployment rate was at the highest in 2021. It is because 50% of people were not employed. Even a mere looking at this is Q2, which is 50% higher than these other values. It's also a reason. Let's look at question number 4. Give one reason why banks charge more than the branch deposits than the ATM. Because they want to encourage people, encourage the use of ATMs, then to avoid overcrowding in inside the bank, overcrowding in the bank. determine the difference in cost of external debit of Nedbank pay as you go. Use the account and I check global one. So let's come here to see we are looking at determine the external debit order. External debit order. External debit. So the difference here shall say 5 rand minus 1 rand 50 cent, which gives you 3 rand 50. That's the difference. All right, let's concentrate on this. Who had the following monthly transactions on the bank statement. 2 external debit orders. He was charged. 1 cash withdrawal at owned bank ATM. Another cash transaction of 400 at another bank ATM. 1 cash send of 1,002. These are all transactions. So 2 external debit orders. What are we going to do? We shall ask ourselves, okay, this definitely this will be 2 times. These are 2 external debit orders. Doesn't matter. You come here. 2 external debit orders. Who had the following monthly transaction on his bank statement. They did that. The Capitec Bank fees for the listed transactions are 45 rands. This is for Capitec. Then Capitec also said that he would have saved 20 rands 50 cents on the bank fees if banked with Capitec rather than Nedbank. What does it mean? That all these transactions were done in Nedbank. So we need to calculate the cost. So if it's Nedbank and you're doing 2 external debit orders, what will you do? To be 2 times. You come here, debit orders, where they are here. External. This is Nedbank. This is Nedbank. So external. 2 times 5 gives you 10 rand. The money charges to. Then cash withdraw of this at own bank. Let's kind of see. Cash withdraw at own bank, it takes 9 rand per 1,000. 9 rands per 1,000. So the person withdrew 1.5. So this one is taken to be like 2,000. So it will be 2 times 9 rand, which you add on what? 18. Then they say he withdrew 450 at another bank, and at another bank they will take, first and foremost, you pay 11 rands plus 2.3 per 100 part of thereof. So the person withdrew 450. This one will be counted to be 500. So how many hundreds? There are 5. So it will be 11 plus 2.3 times 5. The 5 comes from the hundreds that we are seeing. Which is 22 rands 50 cents. Then he has a cash send of 1.5. So they will say how much is cash send. Cash send of 1.5 belongs here. He paid what? 15 rands. One cash send of 15 rands. Let's add everything up. 10 plus 18 plus 22 rands 50 cents plus 15. You end up having 65 rands 50 cents. This is for Nedbank. Minus the money that they took for So minus the money from Capitec. Indeed, you remain with 20 rand 50 cents. And the statement is what? The statement is valid. They are telling us to calculate Kathleko's annual tax payable. First and foremost, we need to know how much does the person earn. Yeah, Kathleko is 24 years old. He works for that company there. He earns this much. This is already annual taxable income. Annual taxable income. So they want us to calculate how much he will pay for tax. So we shall come here, we say, calculate, and so first and foremost, look for the bracket. Remember, he earns 87,329. This is throughout the year. So we shall come here. Which bracket does it belong to? Definitely belongs to bracket number 1. Bracket number 1 says take 18%. 18% times. When you do that, it's the 15,719,22. We subtract the rebate is 24, so it qualifies for the first one. It qualifies for the first primary. So the tax that he pays is 5 rands 22. That is the tax he pays a year. Get annual tax paid a year. Together, define the term tax rebate. It's a tax what? Relief given to taxpayers according to their age. Show that the tax threshold for the tax threshold of 65 age is correct. Now, what is threshold? This is the amount of money one has to earn before they start paying tax. So if you earn that exactly money or less, you're not supposed to pay tax. So let's go and we look at 65 years of age. The threshold is here, 65 years of age. It's this one here. Together, 135. So we shall pretend to be doing it like someone earns that in a year. So if someone earns 135,150, which bracket do they earn? They are in the first bracket, which is okay. So we shall say 18% times 135,150. So these people pay. So if they get that much as tax, we remove the rebate. Remember, these are 65 and 75. So there are two rebates that you remove in the primary and the secondary. So it will has to be 24,327 minus the primary rebate, which is 15,714 minus the secondary rebate, which is 8,600. 613. Answer becomes 0. Indeed, it's what? It's correct. The threshold is correct.